Alright guys, I'm at the Lane Motor Museum in Nashville, Tennessee. It is supposed to be one of the largest European car collections in North America. So let's go check it out. So when you're standing outside the Lane Motor Museum, make sure you look over to the left at the garage area. We'll talk more about that later in the video, but for now we're going to enter the main lobby, take a quick look at the gift shop, and then move on into the main attraction, the showroom floor for the largest European exhibit around. Oh yeah, you also, you're going to want to take that backstage tour, so you're going to need that bracelet. Not much extra money, but definitely worth it. So make sure you sign up for the backstage tour, which we will also show you some clips from here in a few minutes. So this is the main showroom at the Lane Motor Museum. It is the top floor. There are probably about 250 or so cars on this floor to view, mostly from Europe. A lot of Fiats, some Subarus, some Hondas, and some Volkswagens. Obviously, Hondas are going to be coming over from Asia, but still has some very interesting items. This little Fiat right here I thought was the perfect beach car. So if you're ever needing a beach car, try to find you one of these things. It was really cool in person. Also really small though. It seemed that the founder of the museum was really into airplanes, as there were many airplanes hanging from the ceiling. As you can see there was a plaque describing some of the aircraft. So a little bit more than just cars to view. A couple of pretty interesting aircraft designs to check out while you're there too, if you're into that sort of thing. I would say that the most interesting cars in the museum were definitely the smaller cars, the ones that you don't ever see in the United States. Like this little Subaru right here. Very, very tiny vehicles. You kind of are amazed that people are driving these over in Europe. But so here we go into the behind the scenes tour, the backstage lot, if you will. The cars on the lower level were actually organized by color, which we were told by the guide was just because the mechanics thought it would be fun to do. This is a picture of a Honda hybrid cutaway, which is pretty fascinating. It was done this way on purpose so you could see the insides of the car. Obviously they have some very older cars, lots of motorcycles downstairs as well. We learned quite a bit on this tour. The guide was very knowledgeable, and hey, if you could hit that subscribe button, we greatly appreciate it. It really helps our growing channel.
Motorcycle collapses and comes as an option with a car, a Honda called the City Turbo. And it folds up and you can pick it up and there's space in the trunk to hold the motorcycle. So the theory is if you're in a big urban area, you know, you can't get your car all the way into work because of parking. Parking's a huge issue. You get as far as you can, pop this out of the trunk and drive the rest of the way into work.
So if you're a Honda fan, you're going to find this kind of interesting. There were several Honda models that you could only see outside of the United States. This little turbo was pretty fascinating. I used to have a Honda hatchback back in the day. The Honda Beat was a little convertible you could only get in Japan. And some other models here that would be pretty cool to have in the US, but weren't available in the United States. So this is the museum's garage exhibit at the Lane Motor Museum. And the idea is you can park your own personal car inside the museum alongside some of the exhibit cars. It's a pretty cool idea. Never seen a museum do this before. So if you're ever here, make sure you check out the garage area. This is part of the floor exhibit when you walk into the garage area directly from the outside. Remember earlier in the video when I told you to look to the left from outside of the building? Well, this is where you would be coming in. And there was some pretty interesting stuff in here too, so it's definitely worth going over to the garage area if you didn't already park there and check out the extra exhibits. One of the things that I thought was pretty cool in this area was some vehicles were actually for sale. So if you wanted to buy a vehicle from the museum like this Unimog, you could do that. They had several things for sale in there, and I'm sure they're always cycling through vehicles. So make sure you check this area out and don't neglect it. So during the tour, where we visited the lower level of the museum, we were told that this used to be an old Sunbeam bread factory, and it was bought by Lane. Started with about 50 cars in the collection, and it has grown to now be well over 500 cars. And wait, what is that thing? Let's go take a look at that. This amphibious landing vehicle is on the back side of the museum, so make sure you go around to the back side of the museum before you leave for the day and check it out. We were told on the tour that they had a flat tire and weren't sure what to do because obviously these tires are hard to get, but someone had donated a full set from another lander that they had, so now the museum's all set on tires. Alright guys, that wraps up this video of the Lane Motor Museum in Nashville, Tennessee. If you're ever passing through or if you live in Nashville, make sure to check it out. And also, we'd love for you to subscribe to the channel as we are growing and need your support. Thanks guys!